This is an introductory video for the economics courses that I teach, the online sections in particular. Please pay close attention to what I say in this video. It's very important in order for you to be successful in this course. And this video covers class policies and tips. All of the policies, by the way, are on the syllabus, and I'm going to encourage you heavily to read that syllabus here in a second. But I also want to go over some tips. A lot of people haven't taken an online course before, and many people have not taken a course from me. And I teach my courses in a particular way. I have certain expectations of students that a lot of students simply aren't aware of, and you need to know what my expectations from you will be in order for you to be successful in this course. I am Dr. Jeffrey Edwards, and I am a full professor of economics in the Department of Economics at A&T. So here are some quick tips. Read the syllabus line by line. I can't emphasize that enough. Every single policy, every single thing you could ever want to know about the grading structure, the grading scales, the assignment drop policies, everything is on the syllabus. You know, ultimately I'm going to get someone who sends me an email asking me a question when the answer is right on the syllabus. And please don't be offended if I just respond to your email by saying read the syllabus, because you know, my online syllabus, my syllabus for online courses is extremely detailed. And again, everything you need to know is on that syllabus. So please read it line by line. Shouldn't take you more than 10 or 15 minutes. It's not going to kill you. Read the syllabus. Buy course materials immediately if you haven't already done so. I can't emphasize this enough. You know, a lot of people procrastinate on buying their course materials, and the next thing they know, they're behind in the course, they're failing the course, and then they come, you know, then they come to me wanting some sort of special treatment. Well, there's one thing that I am extremely consistent on. I give zero special treatment to any individual in any of my courses. Every single student in my courses get exactly the same treatment. They all fall under the same policies and guidelines of my courses. I am not one of these faculty members that really, you know, treat students differently depending upon their situation. Every student situation in this class is the same. You're taking introductory economics, and you're learning from the same books, you're using the same softwares. Every student is in the same situation in this course, and every student will get treated exactly the same. No special cases at all. So buy the course materials immediately, so you don't fall behind in the course. Study more than you would for a campus course. Online courses tend to be harder and more intense. Not because the material is harder, but because self-discipline is key. It's not like you can go into a campus lecture and have a back and forth exchange with the professor during a class period that is live, that is where the communication is not in written form. You just can't do that with an online course. It's different, and so because of that extra burden placed on the student to have the time management capability of making sure they stay on top of their materials, the self-discipline needed to take on topics on their own and learn them on their own, is an added layer of difficulty that the student is simply required to deal with when they're taking an online course. That's why they tend to be harder. They're also more intense, and the reason they're more intense is because there are certain there's a certain amount of material that needs to be gone through in any course. Okay, so there's a certain skill set that I need to make sure you walk away from this course with. It's difficult in an online course to make sure the students walk away with that level of knowledge, with that amount of knowledge that you need to be walking away from this course with when you finish the course, without having an additional layer of questions, of homework problems, of exam problems, etc. You know, when we're in a classroom environment, I can gauge easily whether students are learning or not just simply by the questions that they give me in a one-on-one in a classroom environment, in the interactions and exchanges I have with students. I don't have that ability when I'm teaching an online course. And therefore the level of knowledge transference from me to you necessarily it needs to be at a slightly more intense level, a slightly higher capacity, in order for me to make sure that you're walking away from this course with the knowledge you need to be walking away from it with. So make sure you study for this course more than you would a campus course, and that's simply so you can absorb the material better and perform better on the homeworks and exams. As I've mentioned, self-discipline is key in an online course. You need to have the self-discipline to perform whatever assignments and make sure they're turned in by the time they're due. You know, it's when you're taking an online course, many times students who take online courses have other things that they need to do, and so they're studying at night a lot of times after work, or they may work at nights and study when they get home in the morning or something like that. You need to make sure you set aside a certain amount of time every day in order to go over your materials for this online course. Just have the self-discipline to do it. And I know that's tough to, that's easy to say, but it's tougher to do, but it's just the nature of the beast. Online courses are different than in-class courses. In class, you have a set period where you go to class, you take notes, etc. You don't have that with an online course. It's all up to you. So you need to have the self-discipline to be successful in this course. Stay ahead of the game is a good tip. Don't wait until the last minute to turn your assignments in. If you stay ahead of the game and you know, so when an assignment is opened up to you, if you do it right away and you don't wait, if you find issues in that assignment that you have questions about, so you're covering a certain topic and you simply don't understand something within that topic, you can contact me right away and we can work through it right away. But if you wait till the last minute, you know, right before an exam, and you come to me and say, I don't understand this particular thing, it's going to be tough for me to work with you on that matter in a timely manner before the exam needs to be taken. So, you know, stay ahead of the game. Ask questions ahead of the game. Don't wait till the last minute for anything. You're going to find on the syllabus that and I'm also going to go over this in the next slide as well, that internet issues, power outages, um, anything that may complicate your ability to get assignment done on time in a timely manner by the due date, um, um, you're going to find that I have no remorse. I really don't. Internet issues. If your internet goes down and you're in the middle of an exam, that's not my problem. That's your problem. If the power goes out at your house and you're trying to turn in a homework, again, there's nothing I can do about it, and there's nothing I will do about it. You need to have a backup plan in place, such as a local library, a friend's house, parent's house, alternative ways to complete assignments if emergencies do crop up. And that's your problem. The onus is on you to make sure that you have the necessary capability to complete these assignments on time.
Now for some class policies. First, the student is responsible for all internet connections and accessibility. I can't emphasize this enough. Being an online course, the student has an additional layer of responsibility for making sure that their internet connections, their software, their computer are all dependable and reliable, and that any issues regarding these platforms during the course of the semester or summer session is completely on the shoulders of the student. If your internet goes down, if your power goes out, if you're borrowing a friend's computer and they want it back, that is not at all my responsibility. All of those responsibilities are on the shoulders of the student. You need to make sure that all of your technology is in proper working order, that all of the technology you're using, if you are borrowing someone else's technology, that it is dependable and reliable in the sense that you can use that technology when you need it, etc. None of that is my responsibility. Second, the student is responsible for purchasing all required materials for the course. See the link on the syllabus. You can also see the link on the Blackboard announcements page, that first announcement welcoming everybody to the course. There's a link on there as well. The required materials for this course are essentially some cheap calculator, because at some point in the semester you're going to have to be making some basic algebraic calculations. But most importantly is the book and related software for this course. Please buy that book and related software from the publisher. The publisher, by the way, has it typically for the cheapest price. However, you have to be careful, because if you search the internet, you might be able to find it at a lower price, the required book and software. But I have seen issues with students before purchasing the book and software from third parties. They'll purchase the access codes, and the access codes don't actually work. They won't sync up with the course. And again, that's your problem. That's not my problem. If the publisher, wants to charge $140, let's just say, for the book and software, and you find it from a third party for 110, so you think you're getting a deal, and you purchase it from them, and you are not able to sync up with the required course platform, and you email me and ask me, Dr. Edwards, I purchased it and I can't sync it up. Well, I'm sorry, you're just out of luck. If you can't sync it up with the proper course platforms in this course, you are not in the course, in my opinion. You may have registered and paid your fee for this course. You paid your tuition for this course, but as far as I'm concerned, you're not participating in the course. So I would actually recommend that you try and resist that urge to buy this software from third parties. You can also buy it through the campus bookstore is also a good place. Now they do have a slight markup on the software from what the publisher charges, but it may be worthwhile for you to purchase it from there as well. You're also the student is also responsible for the successful registration of all course materials. And again, there's a link on the syllabus as well as on the first announcement, the welcome announcement on the announcements page on Blackboard for registering these materials. Now, that said, let me explain something to you. If you follow the registration link, if you haven't purchased the book yet and you want to purchase the book, you can actually follow the course registration process. Go through that course registration link, and it will, when you try to register for the course, it'll immediately pop up a screen. When it recognizes you don't already have an account, it'll immediately pop up a screen that allows you to purchase the book. So you can kind of go in reverse order, try to register for the course, and then it will ask you if you want to purchase the book at that time. You can do that too. Either way, you're responsible for getting all of this material set up correctly. I am not responsible for any of it. There is an 800 number on the syllabus that you can call McGraw-Hill Technical Support, and they will be more than happy to walk you through any issues you might have. Please refer to them if you do have any technical issues regarding the purchasing or registration of course materials. The student is responsible for completing all material by the due date and time, no exceptions. And that's the bottom line. There are no exceptions to this rule. I do not reschedule assignments. I do not extend assignments. Now, that said, I do have a drop policy on the syllabus. So make sure you read that assignment drop policy. If you have a death in the family, forbid you have a death in the family, or you have a wedding you have to go to, or a vacation to take, or something like that, you're not able to complete one of the assignments, the drop policy will cover you. Now that drop policy is for a limited basis only. You cannot do that over and over again. Essentially, you get one shot to drop an assignment, and that's it. Also recognize that regarding the drop policy for exams, only the lowest midterm exam gets dropped. Okay. The final exam, everybody has to take the final exam. Okay, that the final exam does not get dropped. Only your lowest midterm exam. But again, please do not ask me to reschedule things, to extend time on assignments. I'm just not going to do it. And there are no deviation from the policies outlined on the syllabus that will be considered. The bottom line is, I'm a very fair professor, and in being fair, it means I have to be consistent. I have to apply the policies in exactly the same manner to everyone, and that I do. I never ever deviate from course policies. Uh, so please, don't ask me to give you special consideration because I just don't do that sort of thing. Anyway, take care. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me any questions regarding the tips, any questions regarding the policies. Remember, all this policy outline is not comprehensive. You need to read the syllabus. That is the comprehensive work that I have outlining all of my policies, spelling them out. They're clear, they're concise, they should be easy to understand. But if you don't, after you read it, please don't hesitate to email.